Welcome back to my channel. Today we are privileged to have one of the top, not just real estate agent, but real estate broker with Icon Realty, Madison Gianchetta. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So today I wanted to discuss the real estate market that has happened for the past several years, but also what's happening now and going forward. Some of your opinions.
Sure.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about your firm, first of all, and what you focus on specifically in this area, I guess, of downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, so Icon Realty is a boutique real estate brokerage that has a focus on the luxury market. We do work all price points, of course, because to me and to our agents, luxury doesn't have to be defined exclusively by a price point. You know, some of it is the level of service you can give to your client. And so we have two locations. Our primary location is out in Coral Springs. My location that I'm partnered on is our newest, which is our Las Olas branch. And so I'm very excited to be bringing the brand out east. This is really near and dear to my heart because Fort Lauderdale is where I live. It is where I do most of my business. I do have a strong background in the market out west, west being Coral Springs, Parkland, Davie, a lot of Boca. So I worked out that way for many, many years. And maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I decided life by the water is just nicer.
Much nicer. That's why people move down here to Florida, is to live that life by the beach.
Precisely.
And you mentioned service. Of course, every single company out there that wants to flourish has to focus on service. That is, in my opinion, one thing that AI will not be able to replicate is the service that we give to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and tell me, during COVID, I know that a lot of people left the New York or tri-state area and started moving over here. How did that impact your business? And then, let me focus that right now with elections that happen throughout the country, specifically back to the Northeast. How do you think that'll affect your business going forward? Yeah,
so COVID was really interesting, to be honest. There was a brief moment when the entire world shut down, and I myself had just bought a new home. So I was scared. I was really scared. I thought, who the heck is gonna buy a house during this? Everything is closed, we're all wearing masks, you know, everyone's out of work. And you know, it was hustle time, you know, time to get on the phones, time to try to make connections and make sure that, and check on your clients and make sure that they're doing okay. And with that came this huge push, that the whole real estate market suddenly became flooded. And Florida in particular became a safe haven for people that wanted to sort of escape these other areas that had a more stricter political climate. We had liquor to go and beaches and our gyms were open, and a lot of other places were not living the life that we were. It also fueled people to realize that Florida is a superior place to live for a lot of people. This vacation lifestyle that you can't get elsewhere was now attainable because a lot of people were working from home. So what initially was thought to be a really scary time where we were going to be very, very slow propelled my business in a gigantic way. I was busier than I think I've ever been in my life in 2020, 2021, the second half of 2020 really. But
with the elections that are here now and the shift in politics that is happening, do you think, are you getting phone calls from people in the Northeast, in other states, and asking you about real estate here now in the last couple of weeks?
Yes, is the short answer.
Excellent.
It's new. It's a bit early on. You know, I think right now it's a little bit of a comic relief for some, and there's a lot of jokes going around about it. But yes, I've definitely received several phone calls from out-of-state buyers that have told me they've been thinking about doing it, and now this is what's fueling it and the final straw.
Let me ask you this then as a follow-up. Everyone says they're different. Work with us because we're different. We're unique. What exactly do you offer as far as services, as far as the kind of relationships, and more importantly, what kind of avenues you open up to your clients?
Yeah. Generally speaking, I become my client's friend. I'm very sociable. I have a background in the service industry from many, many years ago. That's how I put myself through undergrad and graduate school. I'm good with people. People like me. I have a knowledge base that is vast, and I'm good at my job. That being said, I'm not too good at my job to do the small stuff with you. You know, I don't put your showings onto maybe a newer agent. I don't shy away from a listing if it's outside of a price point that maybe I generally would work something higher usually. We handle everything from before listing to after contract, or before your pre-approval to after you purchase the home. All of my clients are important to me because I work predominantly on referral at this point in my career.
Yeah.
So every client that I have is potentially going to help me continue to grow my business, and I'm very thankful for that.
Excellent. And I know that you and I both work, live, breathe Las Olas downtown area.
Oh yeah.
We both love this area. Do you want to give us like a 1 or 2 sentence why you think this is definitely still growing, or if you still think that?
Well, still growing, yeah. I mean, I think that just the new construction is a great indication of the area continuing to grow. The way the downtown Fort Lauderdale skyline has transitioned in the last 10 to 15 years is nothing short of incredible. And give it another 5 years, and it's going to look totally different again. The lifestyle in Fort Lauderdale is very appealing to many, and to people like yourself and myself that are this, maybe not we're the youngest, we're not the youngest, but
What do you mean?
I know, it stinks to admit it, but we have a youthful mindset. You know,
Right.
we want to be out there experiencing things, being a part of events and activities, and sort of in the hustle and bustle of
Right.
things. And if that's the lifestyle you're looking for, you know.
And-
Las Olas was just voted one of the most walkable streets in the
No, I did
country.
not.
Yeah, for a health and wellness walk.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Great to hear that.
Yeah.
Also, I think let's not forget about all the culinary
Oh yes.
diversity here.
And the
Excellent.
wine.
And the wines. I mean, there is just great stuff over
Yeah.
there. Also want to plug you a little bit because you don't just focus on the ultra high net worth real estate, which there are plenty here in the Las Olas downtown area. Houses going for 20, 30, 40 million dollars. But there are also middle tier class apartments, condos here that are also available that you guys are working with. So if you
Absolutely.
are looking for anything,